Welcome to Nerdaties. Bitches.
Did you? I was still putting some notes together. All right, cool. Topic too absurd and state perhaps nine. Nerdities. How's everybody doing? I'm Mike. It's a
Dustin.
Vinny.
And Joe.
We might get a Kyle later if the kids let him do it. Oh, how's every week?
Tiring.
Sounds like it.
Yep.
Do you want to forego the getting to know you this week? Just get into the show.
Not really a bitch about.
All right, good.
Getting to know.
It's not like I was in a group chat with a bunch of like national security defense people and like let shit out.
We'll get to that later.
Getting to know you.
Let's bring everybody down a bit though, as we like to do at the beginning of the show. We only had one loss to life that I know of. George Foreman.
Yeah.
75 years old. Hadn't heard much from him lately.
No. Like, he definitely retired from the public eye. You know.
Yeah, he was just raking in that grill money.
Dude, one of the best things ever. That George Foreman grill. I loved that thing.
I saw a really great Onion headline this week. George Foreman's casket will be tilted to reduce grease. That's kind of cruel, but yeah, I think he had a good sense of humor.
But
he named 5 of his kids George, so he must have had a really great sense of humor.
I think he had a Georgina in there too.
Yes,
I think so.
You know, he's a gold medal winner in '68. He's a heavyweight champion.
I think the oldest heavyweight champion of all time.
Yeah. Is it Michael Moore he beat? I have to say, he looks like he had one of the most powerful punches ever.
My dad saw him fight.
They were clubs. They weren't arms. They were clubs.
Like effortlessly. You know that walking punch he did to end that one fight? I can't remember who he was fighting. Like he was just mid-stride and just did an uppercut and put no back into it and nearly caved the fucking guy's head in.
Yeah.
He was tremendous.
Monster.
So that's sad. 75 years old. Can't go too deep into that because only one of us here is an actual athlete. But yeah, let me give us 5 seconds. On to bigger and better things. I only have one bit of casting.
There's a couple.
Linda Cardellini, the lovely and talented Linda Cardellini, who makes everything she's in better. She's going to be playing Pamela Voorhees in the Crystal Lake show. So we finally get to see Linda Cardellini play crazy. I don't think she's ever played a psycho in anything. She's always very lovable, very adorable, very centered. She's got that mom energy going on now. She's sexy as hell in Grandma's Boy. But yeah, now she's going to play a complete psychopath. Or grow into playing a complete psychopath, probably by the end of the first season. I'm really curious how they're going to put this show together, though. It's not supposed to be about Jason, at least not grown-up murdery Jason. It's supposed to be about his mom, maybe young I haven't drowned yet Jason.
Is she like a sorceress, like a witch? Does she put a spell on him or some shit?
Well, I've seen all of the movies, and eventually down the line, they started to say there was something about witchcraft. And in Jason Goes to Hell, there's one of the best crossovers, unofficial crossovers ever. The Necronomicon shows up in the basement of the Voorhees house. And it's alluded to that Jason's a deadite, like the Evil Dead monsters. Which makes some sense. It doesn't exactly act the same way they do, but every friggin' time that book shows up, the creatures that are spawned from it act a little different. So he could just be a variation on what a deadite is. Yeah, that's pretty freaking cool. You found some other ones, Joe?
I can't find it. I had
Guess
one.
you didn't. Must have been not that impressive.
Deadline. I didn't see who's replacing him, but the youngest child in the Malcolm in the Middle reboot has been recast. I just didn't see who's playing him.
Oh shit!
That's pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
Hang on. We had a notification. Apparently, Elon Musk's mother is following us on Twitter. That's not why I'm interrupting.
Okay.
The first thing that popped up on our feed was some asshat named @Grums is got a. This leads to our interview a bit that we were talking about. It says you can tell a lot about Ubisoft with how much money they are throwing at terrorist platforming streamers. Then Elon Musk replies, "Sellout would be more accurate. Objectively, he's promoting a terrible game just for money." To which the Assassin's Creed account responds to Elon Musk, "Is that what the guy playing your Path of Exile 2 account told you?"
Dude.
Burn.
Ooh.
Burn.
I know it's not criminal to do it, but the fact that you're paying other people to play your games for you says so much about this guy's pathology. What isn't the point of gaming enjoying the game and having stuff like trophies and whatever the hell Xbox has? I can't remember the hell what it. Anyway, earning these things yourself so you have a little sense of pride.
He has no pride, Michael.
Yeah. Not paying someone else to grind away at it so you look cool. It says everything about the man.
I mean, you make the guy do the side missions and level up your dude. You get all the cool armor, the cool whatever, and I don't hate it. If I was a wealthy man, I'd be like, Benson, go play the bullshit side missions. Level up my character 10 levels today.
See, that's even more bullshit though, because in most games you can just pay to win. You can pay for the armor. If you're so fucking rich, just pay for it.
But that would make him a fraud.
Now, everything else he does makes him a fraud.
And the
Like you played Arkham Knight, right?
Yeah.
The Riddler trophies. I'm
Yep.
paying to do that. I'll get the last one. Don't get the last one. You get 249 of them. I'm getting the 250th.
I always, you always want to go for that 250 because that's
Now,
Joe, did we buy you enough time?
Yes. Did you know they're making another Mummy?
Yeah, heard about that today.
With
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser?
No. The
Who
director
cares?
of Evil Dead Rise is making a Mummy movie, Lee Cronin, and they casted its star Jack Rayner, who was in Midsummer, The Perfect Couple, and Cherry, and I'm trying to find out what else he was in, and he's not playing the Mummy.
so now, is this an
There is a
action
mummy.
adventure?
What's up?
Go ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say, is this an action adventure or are we going
It's a
more like the
Blumhouse.
classic? Okay, so they're
Ooh,
probably
Blumhouse.
going
It's part of
closer
that
to the
Blumhouse
classic.
Monsterverse.
Oh,
Yeah.
so they just bring back Emotep.
Actually,
Simple.
I kind of wanted to see them go Clarice, who was the Mummy in the subsequent Mummy sequels in the 40s. I'd like to see them go that route because we've seen him Hotep a bunch of times. Change it up.
You want toilet paper mummy?
Well, it got pretty bad at the end.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it if they made it cool. Like it's not, and like at one point he's like, doing his thing where he's lurching around, and someone's like, "Oh my god, it's a toilet paper monster," and he goes, "Actually, it's papyrus. You didn't have that then."
This is fine linen, thank you.
Anybody gotten to see Wolfman yet?
No.
I heard middling reviews.
I trust Blumhouse's take. I really liked Invisible Man.
Yeah, when I finally saw it, I really liked that. IMDb's got it at a 5.6, but you know how much I trust people's opinions on shit.
I don't trust any of that
Yeah,
shit.
I don't either.
So, back in like the 40s and 50s and shit,
Mm-hmm.
Dracula, the Wolfman, the Mummy, all interacted with Abbott and Costello.
Yes. Yes, they did.
Who would be the modern equivalent? Like once these things go off the rails and they start turning them into comedies again, who would be the modern equivalent
Will
of that?
Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
Jay and Silent Bob.
I would agree. I don't think they're big enough though.
Danny
I'd
McBride
say-
and Nick Swartzen.
I could see Danny McBride. I don't know about Nick Swartzen. I'd say because you need a straight man, you should have a straight man.
You should, yes.
Harold
Channing Tatum, Danny McBride. Boom.
That's a really good combo. But Channing Tatum's really funny on his own.
Yeah, in a different way.
Harold and
He's
Kumar.
gonna be the dumb guy.
Bud Abbott did have his moments of he did
He wasn't
have
a
some,
slapsticky though.
he wasn't Luke Costello.
Costello, I'd say you go Jack Black. It's the modern equivalent.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
There you go. That's an
Yeah.
easy layup
It's
to a
Fucking A,
mediocre movie.
Fucking welcome, kids.
And you know what it is? It's the mummy in Jumanji.
Yep.
But that would be a Sony crossover, so I don't know if they
it
could.
wouldn't work.
Well, they'd spend that. They now that Sony has worked with Disney on stuff, I think they could make that work.
They would go the Universal route.
Yeah,
Who's
they
a
team up with them.
Who's a modern
Split
day
the-
comedy team? That's what I'm just trying to think of. Like, but
I
'cause-
fucking gave it to you.
But like like comedy team, like people who
Yeah.
do touring together.
yeah, like,
Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee. Boom. I did it for you. You're welcome.
I only know who one of those people is, so I don't.
Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Oof.
their comedy timing is definitely top notch. I would pay to see that actually.
They would be perfect with the mummy because they could slowly walk away from him.
Yeah.
They're not at the point in their lives where they could run.
Well, the whole thing with Abbott Costello Meet the Mummy, that was their last one.
Yeah,
They
They
were
get some short distance running in Only Murders.
they I could
Make it
see
even
them
funnier.
pulling off at Martin and Short.
Yeah.
Meet the Mummy. Because that movie was so off the rails. They had character names in the movie, but they didn't care because they were so
Because
didn't care at that point.
if you're trying to think about it, there isn't anybody
No, not
who
like
was
that.
a current version of that.
Martin and Steve
It's
Martin.
just not done anymore. The
No.
comedy team like that isn't a thing. You get guys who work together on occasion. They do a lot of movies, so that's why Hart and Johnson,
Yeah.
The closest you get in this generation.
Rock Hart.
Yeah, but Universal should make that happen. Steve
You know what?
and Martin Short meet the Mummy.
If you can't get those two, you get Bradley Cooper and Zach Galifianakis.
Sure.
Yes.
They only did it those few times.
Yeah. They're not known to be together, but they did 3 movies, and
Yeah.
we all know their timing works great.
It does. 'Cause that,
Or if you can't get Bradley Cooper, you get Ed Helms. I'm very creative.
So very underrated.
there
actor.
needs to be more comedy teams. This is like, oh
It's not done anymore.
no, it's awful.
Ooh, we could gender swap it.
Okay,
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
they have great comedy timing,
Uh-huh.
I could see that
and
working.
they're great.
Yeah.
Oh, the writing on that should actually be pretty damn good.
Melissa McCarthy and Tina Fey.
See, Poehler and Fey have done way more stuff together, though.
Yeah, they work great together.
And they could switch, and they're good at. They can even switch off who's the straight and who's the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
slapsticky.
Kristen Wiig and McCarthy would be a good combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are some, but yeah, like we were saying, there are no set comedy crews and not really nobody big.
Right.
There's what's the name of that duo? Garfunkel and Oates,
Garfunkel and those are fucking great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
and they tour together. They work together on a regular, but it's just not as big as it used to.
Oh.
Okay, that's all the casting, right?
Yep.
Okay, trailers. We got a more. This is a week filled with. You got your second trailer that gives you more info.
Mhm.
Dump. So let's get those out of the way, I'd say, and then do the couple of ones that are fresh. The ballerina, we got a longer version of that shows her kicking a lot of ass, and we get to see what role John Wick plays in this thing.
Why does it look like John's got a fighter?
It does look like John's got a fighter because it's the way they're setting it up is John's got a fighter. He looks like the final boss.
I don't like this.
I don't
I
either.
wanted her and John to like fucking team up.
Casting just dropped.
What?
So Bray Noel, I have no idea who she is, but she will be playing the Batman villain White Rabbit in Peacemaker Season 2. And Peacemaker Season 2 will premiere in August. This just dropped 7 minutes ago.
All right. White Rabbit.
White Rabbit, huh?
Yeah.
I can't picture White Rabbit. I know there's like a White Rabbit Spider-Man villain that's popped up a lot, but I can't picture White Rabbit. Must have something to do with Mad Hatter.
Gotta be. I'm doing the Googles.
Okay. But back to the ballerina. Yeah. What is that smile for? That's a creepy smile.
I know.
I was hoping for some context, but I think you're just trying to fuck
Mike,
with us.
you are
Yeah.
correct, by the
Yeah.
way. She is an Alice in Wonderland themed enemy of Batman, but she's associated with Clayface, Scarecrow, and Bane.
Oh.
When did she drop?
When did she have time to fuck all of them?
Aren't they doing a Clayface spin-off
Yes.
season? So that makes sense.
She
And that's in the
premiered.
Gunverse?
Doing a movie, they say.
Yeah.
Back to the ballerina. I agree. I don't like this fact that John is set up as an not an antagonist necessarily, but
He gets called in.
yeah, as a challenge for her, because there's only a few ways this can go based on what we know about John. A, he kills her. Not the way I want this movie to end.
Oh.
2, he teams up with her, which seems kind of limp. It should be her story. She should be the one to get through it. Or D, they talk for 5 minutes and he fucks off. Limp.
Or E, they go 80s, and as they're beating the shit out of each other, shooting and stabbing, all of a sudden, he gets a boner and she looks down and she's like, "Oh my God, are we going to do this?" And he's like, "Yeah." Then they hump.
Remember that one time I tied you up in your house and fucked you on your bed?
Yep. Called you Tati.
Yep.
It's your romanticism I love so much, Finn.
Thanks. Thank you.
What his wife sees in him too.
Mm-hmm.
She loves it.
As he checks to make sure she's not in the room.
The big takeaway, the big smile I got out of that trailer, though, is seeing Lance Reddick again.
Yeah.
Hope he's got a big part in it. Got to see more of the Doctor Who.
Yes.
Season 2, they're calling it, even though it's like season fucking 57 at this point.
Yeah.
That might not be an exaggeration. It looks crazy. Great choice for song, though. I'm a sucker for Genesis.
Like you said in that chat, and it was in my head. That Disney money affords them quite the soundtrack now.
Yeah. Previous trailers / commercials would just be here's a variation on the Doctor Who theme with a bunch of scenes cut together of characters running.
Mm-hmm.
Now, them Disney ducats, they go a long way.
We're getting an animated sequence, an animated villain or monster
played by Nightcrawler.
Really? That's who he's gonna play. Okay.
Alan Cummings,
because he was in Jodie Whittaker's. He appeared in live action as one of the guys who wanted to burn her as a witch.
Okay, so probably not the same character.
Definitely not.
Looks fun. I'll definitely get through that one.
Oh yeah.
Clown in a Cornfield looks like more Clown in a Cornfield.
This looks fun.
I'm down with it. It's a lot of interesting to me.
Yeah.
Nothing really new here, though. They're just ruining scenes that I'd like to see fresh when I watch it on like Netflix or Peacock or whatever, because I'm not seeing this in the theater. Final Destination. Thought it had something to do with Amy Smart's character, but literally a completely different group of people.
Yep, different family.
Yep.
Which they tied into the story from the first. So that's going to be interesting. At least it'd be like how this family's ability just fucked so many people's lives.
It looks, they probably should have called it Origins, because it looks like this woman who saved all those people in the Space Needle is the first one to screw over Death, and it started a chain reaction. It is called Origins, isn't it? Bloodlines. Oh, Bloodlines is right. Yeah. Yeah, in her little journal, she's got the diagrams from the first movie, the second movie. So she's been paying attention to every time shit like this has happened. Interesting enough. Those are the repetitive ones, right? So everything else from this point on is pretty fresh. Helio is a second trailer. Yeah. Is it? Because I didn't see anything. I don't remember seeing the first one. It's actually a third trailer. So they dropped the original trailer for Ilio like
a year and a half ago, and then first trailer dropped a couple months back.
It must not have shown much because this is a very grand fucking space opera thing.
This is the second trailer.
Yeah.
Second trailer of like the year.
Yeah. Okay. Looks fun. It's the only one this week that really made me smile. The dynamic between these two characters looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Materialists.
Yeah, I put this in there because one, it's not our normal stuff. It was an A24 film, so I thought that something weird was going to happen because it's an A24 film, but then it didn't, and I was like, well, it's nice to change the pace, but then I was like, oh, well, it's another fucking Pedro Pascal film.
Okay, yeah, because like you put it in there, I'm watching it, and I thought the same thing. A24, some freaky shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, something weird.
But then the faces start showing up, and I'm like, oh, Chris Evans. Oh, sweet. Oh, Pedro. Oh, cool. Who's the? Oh, yeah, it's Dakota Fanning. No, Dakota Johnson. South Dakota.
I think it's
Dakota?
Dakota Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don and Melanie's kid.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it's like a love story, kind of.
Seems love.
They give too much away.
Seems like The Notebook-esque, where like she's marrying Pedro Pascal, who seems to be a legit nice guy. Now, it is an A24 film, and this is the first trailer. Someone could end up tied up in a basement in handcuffs somewhere.
They could.
Like,
I really think this is someone listened to that Spin Doctor song, Two Princes, and was like, you know what? Let's make a movie out of that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This reminded me of Hitch and the Prince and the Pauper.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Very accurate appraisal.
I mean, I like both of the male leads.
Unless one of them dies, it's going to be a shit movie.
I don't know. Someone might end up with jumper cables on their testicles and a car battery.
Yeah. Someone's got to go.
I'm with Vinny. I'm thinking Evan's character dies after she falls in love with him, and Pascal's is kind of like, well, he's beautiful and he's nice, but I'm not in love with him. I'll marry him, and and be happy, I guess. Giant air quotes. Last one was It Feeds.
Well, it's probably hungry, so it's got to eat.
It's looked nothing like the first one, so I was surprised you hate it still at this point. It looks like a complete different genre. I
don't know if I've expressed on this show enough how much I fucking hate It Follows.
So, can you just clarify something for me? Do you hate it because of the way that it ends?
No.
Or the process of getting rid of the thing?
I think front to back, he just hates it.
All of it. Everything in the movie, the hype the movie received.
That's probably the biggest part of it.
Yeah, I mean, because I've only seen it once, and I will say I didn't like it start to finish, but there were parts of it that I did like.
The fact that it's just a fucking allegory for, like, losing your virginity and sexually transmitted disease, and it received the hype where people were like, it's such a scary movie, it's so fucking good, and then I watched it, and I was almost as disappointed in it as I was with Jupiter Ascending, and that movie is fucking horrendous.
Wow.
So I need to clarify something based on the movie, though, right? Because if it was just a one-to-one allegory for promiscuity, right?
Yes.
But It Follows.
Yeah.
It doesn't just kill the most recent person, right? Like after it kills the most recent person, it goes to the person before that, right? Like it doesn't just disappear once it kills somebody, right?
I don't even know if they're that clear on that.
Well, because then wouldn't it just kill one person and then be gone forever?
You bring up a valid point, because what I remember of it, it starts with a girl who's like crying, calling her dad, saying, I'm sorry, and then cuts to her mangled on the beach. So to your point, it should end right there.
Yeah.
Unless it actively finds a new person.
But how?
Well,
Exactly.
I think the thing is people know that they can pass it on, and they probably pass it on to multiple people at one time.
That's weird conjecture. It seems like it goes from one to one to one.
Yes,
The way they
agree
play
with
it
that.
in the movie.
I would agree with that. Mike's theory on it.
Hey, you know what? Just another reason for me to say it's fucking stupid.
You're right.
Well, no,
Logic is
because
flawed.
my point though is that should have been the swerve at the end. Is that they think they're safe, and then one person dies, and it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Or
would've
that
been-
should have been like the start of the third act.
Yeah, that would have been a
something.
cool thing. Like the person they gave it to gets killed instantly after. Like they didn't even have enough time to react to it following them, and then
Yes.
the person that passed it off is watching it, and the thing just turns and starts walking to them again. So
Yeah,
like, no
that's what I'm
matter
saying.
what, you're fucked.
That's the thing because I thought that was I just intuitively thought that was what the rule was, and then they didn't play into it at the end.
I thought it was just like pass it around to however many fucking people you can to keep it off your ass.
Yeah, they don't give a lot of specifics in it.
No.
And this sequel looks like it's fucking with the whole concept because it looks more like a slasher film. It's like a who done it. Where is this thing? What is this thing? It's closer to Smile or Smile 2, and that is done so much better as far as I'm concerned.
I'm gonna call it. It's a new genre. It's a who cares.
Bingo.
Thanks, Ben.
Well, what else is on the menu?
That was all trailers.
Hang on. Before
What?
reviews,
What?
No.
because I don't know if Kyle's gonna disappear again after reviews. Fucksicles. Kyle, we had talked about next month. We have an extra show because there's an extra week in the month. It's going to be a tournament. So, dear listeners, it is going to be the Disney animated movie soundtrack tournament. These are the 32 movies that are going to be on the list, unless there's any objections. Mike and I worked on this together, so do not think it was just myself. A Goofy movie, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Nightmare Before Christmas, Toy Story, Cinderella, Coco, Dumbo, Encanto, Fantasia, Frozen, Hercules, Incredibles, Lady and the Tramp, Lilo and Stitch, Moana, Mulan, Oliver and Company, Peter Pan, Pinocchio, Pocahontas, Robin Hood, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, Tangled, Tarzan, Aristocats, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Jungle Book, Lion King, Little Mermaid, Princess and the Frog.
So, top of my head, I can't think of anything that deserves to be on the list.
Yes.
But I would flag if we discover better ones, I would flag potentially Toy Story and Robin Hood as ones to be replaced.
Robin Hood's got good songs.
If we're only talking about Toy Story 1.
Robin Hood's got good songs. Toy Story is one of the few Pixar movies that have like a good amount of vocal songs to it. The one that I was hung up on, but I do love the soundtrack, is The Incredibles. But we eliminated like 3 or 4 other movies that just because like Brave was on here at first, and I was like, nah.
Good music, not memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Pinocchio. Wait,
Like Turning Red, but they only have the 4-Town song, so it's like no.
That's how I kind of feel like 101 Dalmatians. Everybody just knows Cruella de Vil.
That's exactly what happened when we were starting the list.
Well, then I would say Everybody Wants to Be a Cat from Aristocats.
But it's not the only song. Aristocats
It's the only memorable song.
No, it's not, because there's the title song, which is Aristocats. There's Thomas O'Malley. And there's...
Is that really a song?
It's a song.
There's
It's like a jingle that he sings to himself.
No, sir. It's a song. Go look up the soundtrack.
All right.
What's something
And
arpeggios?
Scales and Arpeggios.
Yes.
Okay.
That was a catchy one.
Just it doesn't stay in everybody's in the forefront of everybody's mind because it is an older movie.
No, I think that's a solid list because you got all the ones that I think deserve to be in like the finals potentially. I don't think you missed any.
I mean, we sat there for a while, like debating.
Wait, did you say Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear you say that. Okay.
Did you say Mulan?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
I would add Winnie the Pooh on there.
We talked about that.
We did.
Yeah.
this, but
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh started as short form, like
Yes.
it's short form, like mini cartoons first, because we were like, we can't put anything that was a direct to video
because
sequel
the
because the songs suck ass.
the first Winnie the Pooh was a collection of shorts.
Right.
Yes.
And then that collection of shorts got turned into a feature length film
Yes.
so I can't, because again
That's all you can.
And you purposely
You're making
omitted
a rule.
Fantasia and
I
Fantasia
agree
2000.
with it. I agreed with it because yes, it's shorts, and also other than the theme, which is incredibly memorable, I can't think of any other songs. Oh, Heffalumps and Woozles. That's it to my mind.
How many songs can you think of from Robin Hood other than Oodalali?
The opening song.
Robin Hood and Little John sitting in the forest.
That's Oodalali, isn't it?
Yeah,
Nottingham.
Yeah,
Is a good one.
Whistle Stop is the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
We went through it. We sang enough songs while we were doing this from each movie that we're like, it should be in there.
Yeah.
Fantasia was questionable.
I wouldn't count it because the entire movie is music.
It's score.
It's score.
It is like actual, but it is animated in a way. It was. We left it there until we could find something better.
We couldn't.
Yeah. I think
it's one of the best soundtracks of curated classical music ever.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not the argument. It was just like, does it fit?
Right. And you didn't say Fox and the Hound, right?
I didn't because
there's only like one song really for that. Best of Friends is really like the only. I think that's a solid list. I don't really have. Sword in the Stone really only has like 2 songs in it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fine. I think that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with it.
Okay. Right, now for reviews. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, Joe, go.
Before we, I did watch the other thing.
There's a lot of group stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I watched the one group one. So I started and finished the season 1 of Wednesday. I really.
Yay!
I really enjoyed it.
Right? It was good.
It was so good. I love the Addams Family anyway, so I loved like the way the characters portrayed, those characters. I thought were great.
Ashley and I were surprised with how much we enjoyed it because she was on the fence.
The way they got into the snaps, it just snapped twice. I'm like, yes. And Thing is one of my favorite characters. I fucking love Thing. And I'm stoked for season 2. I want to see more. I want to see Uncle Fester come back. I thought that was great.
Yeah, he was pretty funny.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the Scooby-Doo-ness. They're solving a mystery. I liked it.
Yeah, Wednesday was real good.
Yeah, so good job.
Ashley and I started watching The Residents on Netflix.
Okay.
The murder mystery whodunit in the White House.
Ooh.
Giancarlo Esposito plays a corpse. And then via flashbacks, he plays a character.
Is the character evil?
I don't want to say no.
Okay. We don't know yet. Questionable?
Kind of. Yes.
That's why you hired Giancarlo Esposito.
It's one of those things where like everybody in the White House is shitty.
Oh. Well, it seems pretty accurate then.
Yeah. But it's really good. It's Shonda Rhimes, the Shondaverse. I really enjoyed How to Get Away with Murder. Thanks to Ashley hooking me on that show.
How to Get Away with Murder.
But it's really entertaining. Reacher continues to be excellence. Can't wait for him to don the bat suit.
He won't. He's not gonna.
Okay, sure.
Dark Horse is fucking what's his face? Top Gun. What the fuck's his name?
Glenn Powell.
Miles Teller.
Oh my no, my,
Miles, get the fuck
They're buddies, dude. He's buddies with Gunn.
uh,
I said Dark Horse, not Front Runner. Dark Horse.
very dark horse.
super dark horse.
No,
No,
like
I'd see
obvious
him-
Dark Horse.
If Teller is going to be in it, I see him
I
playing.
got to be honest. I'd be less surprised if Tom Cruise
Yeah,
was.
if Teller's going to be
Didn't need
anybody,
that.
it's going to be a Nightwinged Dick Grayson.
No. He's not a Nightwing and Dick Grayson.
He's not going to be. He's not Batman.
Watch him engorge the first 30 minutes before he gets horny. He could pull it off.
Engorged before he becomes engorged.
Yeah.
The problem is the rest of Gorge, he becomes.
Oh yeah.
It ruins it.
Well, he's just showing his range. I can be a serious sniper, or I can be really horny.
Or I'm gonna want to fuck. I'm gonna want to fuck so bad. I'm gonna zip line across this unsafe canyon.
Yep. And I'm honestly not gonna give a fuck about the aliens or whatever the fuck's going on. I'm just gonna be so focused on those butt cheeks jiggling in my face.
I'm born to shoot. It doesn't matter where it's from. I just got to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, she was so suggestive. How's your aim, stud? He's like, open your mouth. Anyway, what else did you? What else did you watch?
I think it's time for group time.
Well, not necessarily. I got a couple. I finally watched Wish.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't the best ever. It was a really good story. When all was said and done, I kind of felt bad for the Magnifico. He was kind of douchey, but he came at things from a good angle. Like he wanted to help people, but he was just too controlling. I felt like if any villain deserved a redemption arc, he did. But they're never going to make a sequel to it, so it's never going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what he kind of gets though for breaking his own rules.
Yes, yeah, he did succumb to the temptation a bit too quickly. I was really annoyed with myself that it took me so fucking long to realize that all of her friends were the dwarves in different
Yeah.
bodies.
Yeah.
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 But I love the reference fest. Right before we started our first show today, I finished watching Transformers 1.
Oh. And
This is the Transformers movie we have deserved for a long time.
right.
They've hinted at the friendship between Megatron and Optimus Prime, seeing them as Pax Orion Pax, and he didn't have a name as far as I knew, but D16 for Megatron. And this was so friggin' well done. Such a great setup. There were some moments like they had Lawrence Fishburne in it. I think they could have given him better lines to say, and he maybe could have handled it a little better. But throughout, it was so friggin' cool. By the end, we had talked about it a while ago, and yes, by the end, they just naturally turn into Megatron and Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Not even slowly, but like incrementally.
It is so fucking good.
I gotta say smart, but it's Transformers better handled than anything else. And during the final act, I started to realize one of the best parts about it is that there's no fucking humans in it.
Yeah.
All I really care about when it comes to Transformers is Transformers. I don't give a shit about the Witwickies. I don't care about the fucking army.
Nah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese, get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Give me Transformers and explosions.
So before you guys start your group one, is that everybody else? I have two.
Go ahead, man.
I'll start with Frums. Good show. Creators of Lost. Really pissed me off at the end of season 3. I recommend watching it. There's 3 likable characters. That's it.
More than most.
Everyone else, they're the worst. They're the worst people of all time. Shit's going on, and like someone's like, "Oh, what's going on?" And you're like, "Nothing," and they'll just pretend like they're not in some sort of hellscape, and like people aren't seeing visions, and even though they are, and everyone knows they are, but no one talks about it. Stupid. And then icing on the cake. Season finale. They kind of made it. You guys care if I spoil it?
Go ahead. Spoiler
Probably not
alert.
gonna see this.
Okay, well, they made it like a multiverse thing. Right there, you know Vin. He's out.
You hate the multiverse.
I hate the multiverse. That means you can't figure it out. You have to make it open-ended for 1,000 different things to happen because you can't write well. Suck. Anyway, I recommend the show. You should really watch it.
You know what I love? There's somewhere in the multiverse where there's a Vinny who loves the multiverse,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
who hates action movies.
Yeah. He thinks Van Damme's the worst fucking actor ever.
I'd hate to be that guy.
But you are that.
Which brings me to my next review. I watched Brave New World.
Okay.
So Sam Wilson is not Iron Man. He does not have super serum juice, right?
He was.
Nope.
Were the writers aware?
Yeah.
They knew.
They talk about it several times in that fucking movie about how he did not take the serum.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but so they say this, but actions speak louder than words. He did a lot of like super soldiery shit. Punch through a cinder block.
He's got like a simple suit.
Yeah, it's
Right.
made of fucking vibranium fibers.
So he's like Iron Man.
No.
No, he's like Black Panther, if anything.
Well, I don't get it. I'll be
No,
honest
you
with
don't
you.
like it. We can accept you don't like it. I hope you get it.
Well, it's just like now he's like 7 things combined. You know what I mean? Like he's not him.
No, he's not. He's still the same character. He's
Just
just
a
got
better version of Falcon.
Yeah.
I just, and then he lullabies Rage Hulk, who doesn't heal, and all right, the most pointless movie of all time. I think the movie sucked. Was there a post-credit scene?
I will say the post-credit scene was completely useless.
Yeah, it was very useless.
Well, F&A, I didn't even care to watch it. I fell asleep.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's useless. If you want useless Marvel movies, please go and watch the Eternals.
I agree with that.
Like it's better than that, but
I
like
just
it's not
watched it.
saying much.
I just watched
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'd rather watch Arnold Schwarzenegger freeze dinosaurs in a museum and watch that movie again.
That hurts.
That movie-
sentence fucking
No,
hurts.
you know what?
I don't get it.
Normal
I
people
got Batman and Robin. I got that.
I don't want to be mean again. I don't want to say another Special Olympics line, but that says a lot about you.
Well, I mean, I'm not alone. There's plenty of people out there. They feel the same way. Maybe, hopefully.
I
I'm a
haven't watched it.
demographic. Well, you'll probably like it.
Joe will like it.
I liked Falcon Winter Soldier.
I like some of that. I like half of it. I had the stupid boat washing scene. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's what this movie was kind of like. It was just a big 2-hour boat washing scene. Like, okay, thanks.
Okay, we've established that other people's opinions, like the internet aggregate, isn't what's important in life.
Yeah.
But I must say, Batman and Robin's a 3.8. I'm willing to bet
Out of
Brave New
100.
World is nowhere. Yeah.
No, because you're supposed to like that.
You're supposed to like shitty one-liners?
I mean, what was this movie? What would you even call this one? I love shitty one-liners over whatever this was. It's like a filler movie that really didn't do much.
You're right.
Introduced a 90-year-old guy who's probably not going to be in any other projects, who was the villain, he didn't need a super serum to take him out, which is the moral of the story. All he had to do is talk him down.
Yeah, which is Sam's strength.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Yes.
I mean, it absolutely was a filler movie. It is not the movie that it was originally supposed to be.
They should have started the movie off really fast, and it should have hit hard. They made this like a I don't even know what you call it. Not good.
Because this movie changed titles 3 times, right?
Twice.
Too many times.
New World Order, then Brave New World.
No, because it was Serpent Society first.
Was it?
Yeah.
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 Wasn't there reshoots?
Yes.
No, Civil War was Serpent Society. Then they
Sure?
changed. Yeah, they remember they did that giant press conference where they announced the 2 Avengers movies. They were like Serpent Society. You know what? I don't know. I got buyer's remorse on this, and then changed that to Civil War, and everyone came in their pants.
Yes, you are correct, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, this should have been
It was
fast
the
paced.
Society was supposed to be in this one though.
Yeah, and a
Yes.
really dumbed down version of it was there. But I'm
Sorry,
happy
Seth
though.
Rollins.
Yeah, Seth. You had to dye your hair one color for that?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. And I don't mind, because I would not want to see the comic version of Serpent Society in live action. They're kind of completely corny.
I would have enjoyed it, honestly.
They'd have to change them a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there was one thing I watched earlier today, very quickly. Things Will Be Different. You know those guys whose asses I kiss all the time, who made The Endless and directed a bunch of Daredevil and Loki episodes?
Yeah.
They produced it. It's very much like The Endless and Reconciliation, one of those mindfuck movies. It's on Hulu, Disney Plus right now. It's worth checking out. It's only an hour and a half long, but it's like a kind of psychological thriller about a brother and sister who rob a bank and then use some wibbly wobbly science fiction shit to get away with from it, and it blows up in their face.
Nice. Sounds better than Cap 4.
Shut
I'll
it.
tell you what, moral of the story is see Mike's movie. If you want to take a nap, watch Captain America 4.
That's rough.
Or watch
All right.
Batman and Robin and have a good time.
I'm sorry you're racist, man. It sucks.
Time for co-op reviews.
Yeah.
Sure.
Co-op it.
Which one first?
Let's talk about Wicked.
If we must.
Why, if we must, Mike? How many of us saw this thing?
Well, I can only talk about 45 minutes of it, mercifully.
No, an hour and 15 is what you got.
Oh, that's right. It was like fucking pulling teeth.
Wait, so I have a question. What was the breaking point for you, Mike, of why you didn't finish watching the movie?
Zach woke up.
Because Zach woke up. Yeah. And then
So Justin, you didn't finish it in that same sitting either? You went back and finished it later?
yeah, we watched it that night after Mike.
And I must say, Zach is my favorite person for that. Like, I'm not going to shit on it. It for what it is. It's obviously a good version of that thing. Everyone in it is talented. And there was the one scene where Ariana Grande is dancing down a hallway in a gown with fucking high heels and like jumping on a stool or on a bench. I'm like, holy shit, I couldn't do that even when I was a kid. She is very talented. That being said, I don't want to watch that kind of stuff. It's one of those musicals where every fucking 2 minutes they're breaking into song, and that's not my jam.
Mike also called everybody in it an asshole.
Because they're all assholes.
Well, hang on. So the thing, to clarify for people who haven't seen it or don't know the play, Mike's breaking into songs every 2 minutes is partially true. It's not like there's 50 different songs in this movie.
Yeah.
It's just that many of the same songs are broken up with dialogue, and then it goes back to the song again.
Yes.
Which is how it's done.
Yeah.
In the play.
I'll give some respect to the character growth of Galinda. They don't just instantly, when she has that moment where she sees as Merelda or ethereal, that person, where like,
are you fucking serious?
They never say her name in the original Wizard of Oz, so that's my
Mike. Remember the name of the white one?
Oh shit!
Well, because she brings it up a lot. It's Galinda, and they say her name multiple times in the
Galinda.
Yeah, but
Galinda.
The moment where she's like, "Oh, she helped me, so I'm going to help her right now." After I set her up to fail.
Yeah.
She doesn't instantly turn into a nice person. She still remains the vapid asshole that she was. Everyone's an asshole in this movie, and I stick by that. She remains the vapid asshole that she was.
Okay.
He's got there's little to no people. I'll put it this way. There's no person in the movie that is not an asshole.
Well, I mean, I would argue that Elphaba's probably the least asshole.
No, she's still an asshole.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. She's been put through the ringer and came out of it the least asshole.
She's chip on the shoulder asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dinklage's character is the only one who's not an asshole.
That's
But
why I
like you said, the animals aren't assholes.
animals are not.
Yeah.
And that's an angle I
Arrow?
like in it.
Well, Mike, you should have stayed around for the second half of this movie.
Let me guess, we don't hear much of Dinklage anymore after a certain point.
Not saying anything.
He does a lot of eventually.
Yeah.
Wizard, asshole.
Yeah.
Every witch, everywhere, all at once, asshole. Fierro, huge asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Munchkin boy, douchebag.
Heroes.
Fierro's an asshole.
I mean,
Fierro's a character from Salt.
I wouldn't say that.
I'd say it. He's an
Well,
asshole.
he doesn't like go out of his way to harm other people or ruin their lives.
No, but
No.
He's just like, hey, I'm cool. If anybody wants to hang out with me, this is my life and how I live it.
I disagree. On his first day of school, he tries to corrupt an entire library full of people.
fair.
He's like, hey, why don't we go to some place we're not supposed to and get drunk? Because it's fun. I know we're here to be learning. I've gotten kicked out of every school I've ever been in. I'm
Yes.
the problem, but
No,
follow
but
me.
that's what I'm saying. He's just like, everyone instantly realizes like, oh, we want to hang out with that guy. And he's just like, yeah, well, if you want to hang out with me, this is what I'm going to be doing. So who else wants to do this shit?
But he's the guy who talks loudly in a library. Complete asshole.
Well, to be fair, he won over that librarian pretty quickly.
Yeah. The teachers are assholes too.
Teachers are assholes. Galinda's an asshole.
Mhm.
Yeah.
her-
Nessa Rose.
Nessa, big asshole.
Yeah.
Their father, asshole.
Massive
Bach.
asshole.
Galinda's two friends, assholes.
Oh, the Mean Girls?
Bach.
Yeah.
Is an asshole.
All assholes.
So, Justin, I don't know if you have a direction that you want to take this review in, or how long you want it to last.
I mean, I will say, I've been listening to the original cast soundtrack of this movie, or of the Broadway show, forever. I was super impressed with everybody's fucking performance with the song.
Yeah, there's a couple. I wanted to give props to Ariana and it was Cynthia, right? Erivo? Yeah. Both just incredible. But Ariana's just sounds so much like Kristen Chenoweth.
Yo, for real.
It's fucking unbelievable. I don't know if I told you this, but I was lucky enough that we got to go see it when the original cast was doing it on Broadway. It was that long ago that I saw it. And when I tell you that like their voices are permanently in my brain when I hear those songs, like when I first heard her version of it, it sounded just like Kristen Chenoweth. And I was like, I can't fucking believe it.
She's an incredible mimic. You've seen her on
Fallon?
the Night Show?
Fallon,
Yeah.
When he does that roulette thing, she is a fucking quadruple threat.
Yeah.
And Ephaba, I can't remember her name, you just said it. All I
Elphaba.
know is when she doesn't have a septum nose ring in, she's fucking gorgeous. She's stunning to look at. There's something about the
Suddenly you
nose
have a
ring.
problem with septum rings, Mike?
Yeah, maybe it's something to do with my past. I don't know, but there's something off-putting about them.
Okay. The only other big thing that I wanted to take out of this is okay. So, Mike, you saw about half the movie.
Yeah.
Do you guys have who is the villain of the first movie? If you had to say who is the one villain of the first movie, I wonder if we would agree or disagree.
The
Well, I never
wizard.
got to meet the wizard.
Society.
I would argue that
The
it's Madame
monkeys.
Morrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Crouching
but-
Tiger. She's
listen,
a massive asshole.
if they-
She's probably the villain.
You feel bad for all the animals. When you see the origin of the flying monkeys, Joe,
I won't
Yeah.
watch it. I could care less about Wicked.
Joe.
I
You
like
should-
musicals,
you
but
should
I
give it a watch.
don't
Call
care.
yourself a-
No. Without like hyping it in your brain or thinking like you should give it a watch. I think it's worth a watch.
Joe, are you a fan of the Wizard of Oz?
I liked it. It's not a movie I'm gonna go out of my way to watch, but I've seen it.
Like, if you enjoyed The Wizard of Oz, give Wicked a watch. It's just for anything. It's just world building. It's just, this is what they got there.
So was it good?
I thought it was great.
It's good.
Out of 10.
9.5. I'd
It's
say.
better than Batman and Robin.
That's
it was
not hard.
Well, my
would
scale
say-
is 1 is the best, so Justin rated it very terribly. Kyle,
I'll give it a solid 8.5.
all right, so not good by your guys' metrics.
Your scale is done.
I mean,
I go for number 1.
the imagery is fantastic. The acting is fantastic.
It is a very pretty movie.
Yeah.
Pastel Hogwarts is beautiful.
Yeah. But I think in particular, and I don't know if this is a thing that like you guys were aware of in the moment while watching it, but I think the naming of certain characters is very important as like a foreshadowing.
Like the Munchkins are called the Munchkins because they don't like donuts. They get the donut holes from the big castle.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, is it stuff that pays off in this movie or stuff that pays off in part 2?
What was the name? What was the name of like the head mistress of the school that just like assigned herself to be the caretaker of Nessa Rose?
Madame Pieri?
Because I don't remember it, but I know that it's a name that was like, oh, she's going to be a problem.
I don't remember her name.
The one that's pushing her around and they're like, dude, back the fuck off.
And then, that one. And then Madame Morrible, whose name is literally one letter off from horrible.
I would have seen that spelled.
You knew something was up with her from the get-go because she just seems like a bitch.
Oh, Miss Coddle was the name of the...
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And that's exactly what she does from the moment you see her. Yeah. Yeah, anyone in a position of power in these movies tends to be an asshole. Like, it's amazing Dumbledore wasn't a bigger asshole than he was.
I mean, he was a fucking asshole.
He was a massive asshole, but at least he cared. He did it
Dumbledore's
for
in
a
it?
positive reason. No, like, it's to say, like, characters that are in positions of power in these kind of movies.
Right, okay.
But yeah, I loved it. I tell you what, man. No joke. That defying gravity sequence was fucking Jeff's kiss.
Yeah.
That's later on in it.
Yeah, that's the end.
They drink fizzy lifting drink.
Kinda.
Well, I'll never get around to finishing that, but thanks for the minimal exposure I got.
Hey, I don't know if Vinny is, but I'm pretty sure that 4 out of the 5 of us are all caught up on Daredevil.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
All 5 of us.
Yes.
Whew. What an
I will never be able to hear "We Built This City" again without laughing.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like that first scene with the kids was uncomfortable. And
did you hear they had to bring in random kids because the chorus was singing it too good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like that was funny. You figure, all right, that's the use of it. That's the uncomfortable scene. Well done. To have it pop up at the Latvian consulate, I fucking guffawed when that happened.
But
didn't expect that kind of comedy. But yeah, coming back to the seriousness of the show.
That fucking ending, huh?
That ending.
I called it. We're gonna have a new White Tiger.
Yeah.
She's gonna... yeah. But man, their couple session.
Oh, tense.
Ooh.
Tense as tense can be. But the other couple session, Matt and Frank's.
Oh,
yeah.
Bro.
One of the best scenes in a Marvel show ever. One of the best Marvel scenes in a long time.
Yeah, you're gonna bring that character into the MCU. You're bringing him with full dramatic force.
Can't say his name, Red.
I love Barenthal as this character. They're like some people were born to play some characters,
Mm.
and he
You like
is
Halle Berry's Catwoman.
yeah, man, like totally embodies it. Arnold as Freeze. I mean, even when he doesn't have the vest on, when he
Robert
doesn't have the
Pattinson as
skull.
Batman.
Yes.
Oh, he's good. I'll tell you what. If they ever decide to do a Thomas Wayne Batman, they should queue up Bernthal.
I would, yeah.
I would watch
you're
that.
You're not fucking wrong.
No, I would watch that a heartbeat.
He'd crush it.
Yeah, he would.
He crushed skulls too.
Yeah.
Although
would.
I don't know if I buy him as a surgeon. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna cut into his head. We're gonna get in there. I'm gonna do all this neurology right now. Right now.
That's true.
I need suction. Suction.
Man, just
When
Triple
Burt
bypass.
drops Foggy's name,
Yeah.
just
and I was just like, "Oh fuck!"
yeah, he went for it, and I was glad that was a longer episode.
Mm.
So actually tonight we are looking at 2 like 45-minute episodes.
In the second episode, when Matt's new girlfriend was doing her book signing,
Mhm.
one of the first people she signs for is that really sketchy dude who tries to have her take him on as a new patient. That's obviously Muse. We all know that. That's the guy, the serial killer. We can all see
Yeah.
that happen. I thought that was also Adam, the guy that Vanessa cheated with.
Ooh,
And I'm like, oh, Wilson did something to this guy that set him off down this path, and now he's a serial killer. That's a great way to tie everything together. Boy, was I wrong.
whoa, yeah, I was waiting for him this season to get dark, and they did it. But oh,
Sometimes the less blood you see, the more
yeah.
disturbing a thing is.
What about what was the
Matt's
original?
Matt's training sesh after
Oh, it
he
was
knocked
great.
boots with the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we all do it, dude. When you train martial arts, you go up on the rooftop, you get your nunchucks, you start chucking.
He should have gone bare ass, like
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
Right? He's like, you know what? I just fucked. Now it's time to chill.
Shirtless at least.
Yeah. Put on a
Shirtless,
mullet.
barefoot, and jeans.
Yeah.
Belt on.
Did you
Mhm.
think that he was just gonna end Gandolfini right there and then in the office?
No,
You didn't think he was gonna do it? He
No.
looked so pissed.
no, because Mike and I have the theory that it's going to be revealed that he is his love child of sorts.
He's his son. And either Fisk knows
Okay.
and isn't saying anything, or the kid knows, and that's why he wants to be close to him.
Because that scene was tense.
Yeah. The way he got out of it, too. Like, usually that person would have either been fired, or dead.
Yeah.
You can't kill him much anymore. He's got to be very, very strict with that kind of shit. But he should have bounced him at the door.
Like
The loyalty thing, that made sense.
the way he worded it, and just those little key words that Vanessa was saying, just totally mirrored that. Was so good. But man, that scene was
Gandolfini
intense.
gave a great performance in that. A very
He did.
sweaty, desperate. I'm not just afraid. I want to stay here because I want to be part of this.
Mhm.
Great scene.
'Cause you could see it in his face. He knew that he could have died right there and then.
Oh yeah. Speaking of dying and working for Fisk, how long before his actual assistant, that one lady who was Gandolfini's boss, how long before she's dead?
I'm gonna probably say at the end
think-
of tonight.
He either dies or somehow gets locked up, not by Fisk, but like someone gets her.
Yeah. She has to go down for something Fisk did.
He's keeping her around for a fucking reason.
She's a scapegoat.
Yes.
He doesn't agree with anything she says. She's served her purpose to get him in there.
Yeah.
She's just waiting for the axe.
I don't know if you guys read it, but it has been confirmed that a major MCU character will be making an appearance in season at the end of this season.
It better be Tom Holland.
It's probably Holland.
That's where I'm thinking too, because
Logistically tricky, but I'd love it. because they don't have the straight out right to do that. They'd have to pay Sony for it, and I think they'd drop the money because they know the reaction they'd get.
They don't have to. They don't have to drop money for him.
No, if he's in the suit,
If
yes.
he's in the suit.
Yeah.
But nobody knows that he
Plus,
is Spider-Man.
Peter and Matt have already interacted with each other.
Right.
As far as Peter knows.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But what if the thing that makes him appear is Pete goes to find him for some kind of legal issue?
It seems like a stretch. It's a stretch that I'll accept.
I don't think it is because given that the show was supposed to be a fucking procedural anyway, it would make sense if he's in New York.
Yeah, could happen.
Ant-Man, he's a felon.
But he's in San Francisco.
Yeah, he's from San Francisco.
He can get in a plane.
But he's on West Coast Avenger.
We've already dropped web slinging, and we've had 2 Morales kind of drops.
He's not an MCU character.
No, he's not yet.
Yeah.
And they have said that they want to keep them street level.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
No, they did. This is.
There's too many things are going on now because the Russos came back to play ball.
And now.
And this is the shenanigans you get with the fucking multiversal story.
Well,
I'm so as we have continued watching the MCU in timeline order, we did flip flop Multiverse of Madness and No Way Home because I thought Spider-Man was after multiverse. But whatever, doesn't matter. They really have zero idea of what the fuck they were going to do with this whole multiverse saga.
No.
They were trying to coordinate the WandaVision shit into the larger universe at hand. And then, yes, they got hit with the COVID stuff. They got hit with the writer's strike.
And the Kang.
That was the biggest problem.
Because, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes, you were right. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
There was no...
And because of the fact that it's multiverse, it doesn't need to be that cohesive.
But Mike, I don't want to. Please stop.
No, it
I'm
doesn't.
not saying that the movies individually weren't good, but they're at a point, 30-something fucking movies now, where we're used to cohesion. There should be some cohesion. There's a little bit of cohesion, but not really.
No, because if you look at the Infinity Saga, there wasn't a ton of cohesion. The only thing that was there...
I just watched the whole fucking
thing. And I watched them constantly. The only thing that was there was the occasional stones. They all had their own stories going on.
They were all origin stories leading up to the Avengers, and then the Avengers started the main Infinity Saga fucking story. There was always something in play. And don't tell me, because I've literally spent the last 2 fucking months watching them.
Yeah, but they didn't all...
They connect way better in that story than they do with any of this multiversal shit.
Yeah, because they needed to get the stones together. But they needed to be cohesive.
They need to lead to some sort of fucking story with the multiverse. And the problem is you're calling it the multiverse, but it's still the 616. The only problem is every once in a while something from another universe blips into the 616. It is not, here's a story that was set in this universe. Here's a story that was set in this universe. Here's one in the 616. Here's another part of the multiverse. And now starting to bleed together.
That would be way more confusing than this.
That would have been that would have been a more entertaining way to tell the fucking story.
So that
would have been so confusing.
It's confusing. It's confusing watching it and being like, why are we telling a multiversal story when it's all fucking here?
So we know Fantastic Four is going to take place in a different universe. Most of it.
I think it makes more sense to have them set centrally and then have other variants come in. You still need to care about the core characters and then have variants come in every once in a while, sure.
Then don't do a fucking multiversal story.
No, if you want to have variants come in, you need to have a multiversal story.
Stick to one character having a multiverse. It could have been Strange's thing. It could have been the Magic Verse is where the multiverse shit is happening.
Yeah, that would have been a kind of a reverse cool way to do it, where like in the original Avengers story, they had the individual stones when they came together. If in that story, when they had done Multiverse of Madness, if they had introduced a bunch of new characters really quickly in that movie, and then we got longer periods of time with those characters in individual movies going forward, like that would have been a cool like reverse engineered way to do it, but they didn't do that at all.
Like if we
And
had
it's-
like a Young Avengers thing, because
But and that's the other thing. They tried putting together this Young Avengers thing, and then it kind of feels like the Wyatt Six in WWE. We got this really cool thing that we're gonna show for like a couple times, and then nothing really. And then here's the thing again. But like, maybe not.
Actually, they just hired a writer for the show. That was one of the news stories I saw this week.
I mean, great, but you started strong with that, and then you kind of fucking petered off. Like, I hope the new White Tiger is part of that story.
That'd be great. Yeah. I won't deny there's a lot of shit going on that doesn't connect anymore. It's a lot of characters doing their own thing in this same universe, which I don't mind because we have these two Avengers movies to tie it all together. And yes, it's going to be a fucking uphill battle.
I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to have stories set in the 616. What I'm saying is, if you're going to tell a story about the multiverse, you need to start showing parts of the fucking multiverse. And I don't mean just characters showing up in the 616. Like, Deadpool and Wolverine worked out for them. But again, they're a little trepidatious with it because they didn't fully say, well, this is now 616. This is, their universe is being destroyed. He's going to fight to save their universe. And guess what? They saved their universe. Well, that's fucking stupid.
No, because it leaves that universe to be part of Doomsday and Secret Wars. It makes a lot more sense to me to have other universes out there that are established to destroy by the time Secret Wars comes around, to be part of this amalgamation.
So do you think at some point in Fantastic Four, their universe is going to get destroyed?
Yeah, an incursion's going to happen.
And that's where it starts.
Probably. I think Strange is going to pop up in it. Because where we left him was dealing with incursions.
So you
Loki.
think Cumberbatch's whole thing about him not being in Doomsday is going to be a ruse?
I actually heard that's not true. He's going to be in Doomsday.
Anything any of them are saying is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Even Elizabeth Olsen yesterday was like, "I'm not coming back for anything. Please shut up. We all know you're lying."
Same thing with Scarlett Johansson said the same thing.
Yeah.
Natasha's dead. Yes,
yeah.
she is dead.
That Natasha's dead.
Yes. But the Loki thing I see totally happening. I see him being a major character in these events.
He needs to be. He's the fulcrum of the multiverse at this point. If he doesn't show up at least for a scene, it doesn't make sense to me.
How does that work if he's sitting there literally holding the fucking multiverse together?
You do something where they break through into where he's sitting. It can only be for a moment or two. Or maybe he could push he can do the projections of himself into different universes.
That's true.
There's ways to write it. Or there's variants. There's tons of variants out there. Maybe we get a lot of different Lokis, and we only get the core Loki from the show once.
We get Sylvie.
I'd love for Sylvie to show up. Seeing her interact with other characters besides Loki would be very interesting.
If they're gonna do a Loki showing up, I prefer it be her.
That'd be really interesting.
Yeah,
because
I'd like Sylvie to show up.
I understand the variants exist and whatever you want to say about projections, but I think it's lame dick writing, considering the moment we left him, he was sitting holding the multiverse. Like, if he's supposed to be, if in Secret Wars he's taking the place of
Molecule Man,
that makes sense to me.
Yeah, that would be great. Because they've never established Molecule Man, and they need someone with that level of power. Right. So yeah, that's pretty. And having him and Downey playing against each other, with Downey being the bad guy now, fucking come on.
Right, great. Then that all falls in place then. But I don't want to see him pop up outside of that situation.
Yeah. It's
Well,
not
Sylvie
necessary.
would be a key though, because she knows where he's at, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see him using her, Doom using her to get to Loki.
And then if
Yeah.
she's the one who starts getting the other heroes together from the different battle worlds, it would make sense, or knowing what she knows and where he's located,
Mm.
it tells a far better story. But yeah, like that multiverse shit it's maddening.
Yeah, that's why I hate it.
I know, I can understand. Again, the movies individually, not that they're bad, except for Eternals.
Yeah.
Dude, it was a fucking struggle getting through that. It took us like 4 nights to get through Eternals.
It's a long ass movie.
It
It
is.
really is a long movie.
3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 hours of like things happening, but nothing happening at the same fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the whole time you're going, you guys are stupid.
Yeah, bouncing around human history and wanting to like these characters, but
Uh-huh.
like everything they do just annoys the
Uh-huh.
fuck out of you.
Their whole existence annoys you because everybody's like, "Where were you?" And they're like, "We can't interfere," but you're interfering now. Well, yeah, because one of our own died. Oh, so you're just a bunch of fucking assholes.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's like,
Well,
okay.
The line, it has to do with Celestials. If it doesn't have to do with Celestials, we can't touch it. Which is like from the comics, kind of,
Okay.
but it's shit.
I'll tell you what. This is how you bring the Hulk back, and you stop nerfing him. Send him to kill those in the beginning of what is it, Doomsday? Send him over there to kill them all.
Kill all the
All
Eternals.
of them. All of them.
I hope we
And
don't
then-
see them again.
Then he shrinks down, and he's just Bruce Banner, and he's like, "Oh, dear, what did I do?"
You're gonna see the 3 that are on Earth again.
Yeah. It's
Boo.
gonna happen. But I will give them this. With better writing and better directing.
As a
Don't-
smaller
no.
part of a bigger
Well,
thing.
Yes.
You slow down because the directing wasn't the fucking problem.
Yeah, it was the story.
It was the story.
It was a beautiful movie. If you watched it
Yeah.
with the sound off, it's beautiful.
Yeah, like it was directed fine. It was the story they were trying to tell. They got a bit too big for their britches coming off of all the fame and fortune they had from the fucking Avengers movies. They're like, you know what we can do now? What? Let's do fucking Eternals. Really? No one's really heard of them. No one heard of Guardians of the Galaxy though.
Mhm.
Money. Yeah.
Okay. We're star makers. We're character builders, and we'll get a bunch of big names in there.
Yeah.
We'll get some fucking, what do you call it, Game of Thrones people.
A Jolie, a Hayek.
Yeah.
It was star-studded. But
Harry Styles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sucked.
Any hooch. That was a nice tangent.
it was.
But yeah.
All right.
Daredevil, awesome.
Yeah, I only got 2 stories.
Oh, I got a bunch.
Coyote
I,
versus Acme might be released.
I want to see it.
What is it? Wile E. Coyote versus Acme?
Yeah, the movie that they filmed and completed and then shelved.
Dude, Will Forte deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the company name? Some little distribution company or some weird distribution. What the fuck is the name? It's like Ketchup Entertainment.
Yeah.
Might be buying the rights to release it
For 50
Good.
mil.
for 50 mil. It's pretty great. I'd be all about seeing this. Now, when
Yeah.
everyone heard this, they're like, "Oh shit! Does that mean Batgirl's coming out?"
No.
Slow your
No.
fucking roll.
However-
No.
However, chunks of the movie have been released in the last week.
Hmm.
You can find
Batgirl?
them. You can find it online. I don't know if it's been taken down.
I'm literally checking right now.
That's uplifting. While Joe looks for that, the only other story I have is it's been more than 20 years since Kevin Smith wrote anything for Marvel Comics, and he's coming back to do a story with Giuseppe Camuncoli. I don't really like his art style. He worked on Superior Spider-Man for a while, and he makes those weird faces, like his mouths are all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in love with his style, but it's going to be part of Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man. that will be coming out. Shit, I didn't grab when it's coming out.
That's not the only thing he's writing.
He's writing something else?
FF.
Oh, he's doing an FF? I didn't hear that announcement.
Yeah.
A special, or is he doing a run?
I think it's a special.
Mm.
And congratulations to his daughter, Harley Quinnsmith, who just got engaged the other day.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, good job. I gotta log off.
Night, buddy.
Nay.
Bye.
Fellas.
Mike was all like, Justin, Power Rangers isn't part of Disney during our live stream. To that,
Oh,
I said,
yeah. That's right. I heard something about this thing.
au contraire, motherfucker.
Well, not yet. It isn't.
They are making a new live action Power Ranger series for the Disney Plus.
I think he's going to get the Doctor Who treatment.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get all the fucking money.
Oh, go watch it if you want to.
Oh, they were pulled.
Yeah, that's not going to last
be.
for long.
So it's from the Percy Jackson showrunners and Hasbro.
Yes, of course.
So that Percy Jackson show was tight. Okay, moving on here. Figment, everybody's favorite purple little dragon from Journey of the Imagination and Epcot, is going to be getting some short form stuff for the Disney Plus soon, according to one Robert Iger.
Figment is also coming to Disney's Magic Kingdoms if you play that game.
Yeah, there's that too. In sad news, if you were a James Bond fan and you were excited that more James Bond was going to happen, one name that's attached to it might not make you too thrilled. Amy Pascal of the Spider-Man Sony franchise fame, or infamy, is now attached to the James Bond stuff, and that does not make me feel good for people like Joe.
No, I've looked at her track record, and
Yep.
it's like, you did this good one, and no, and no. But this, and no.
Oh, you did Girl Busters.
Mm.
Yeah. And what's his name? David Heyman, who did Harry Potter.
He's Potter, which
See,
nothing to.
The only way I could see them redeeming themselves is if they actually get Nolan to do the Bond movie he wants to do. But
Maybe.
they have to
She's
pay
at her best when she just gets the money for people and lets them do what they want.
Yeah, if you get Nolan, because Nolan wants to make a Bond movie. He said he wants to do a Bond movie. Let him do it.
Not for them.
No, if he's gonna do it, he has to have 1,000,000% creative control. They can't.
No. I mean, not for the company.
For Amazon.
Yes.
Or what's the? It's still MGM.
It's Amazon though.
It is Amazon MGM, which is that's who he would. It would have been MGM anyway.
Yes, but he does not want to work for Amazon. He does not.
But
So that ship has sailed.
yeah, they should have.
Moving on. DC has announced DC High Volume Batman, a weekly audio drama podcast that will adapt stories from across Batman's history. Series launches April 2nd in collaboration with Realm, and will begin with a 4-part adaptation of Batman Year One. I'm all about this.
This was a podcast, you said?
Yeah, it's a podcast, audio drama style.
Have they announced any of the voice cast?
They have not yet.
Well, they're going with Year One, so they're probably going to recast everything. And I know you want Winston Duke for life.
I do really enjoy him as Batman.
Something tells me they're going to go their own way, though.
That's fine. I'm sure they'll pick someone that will do a really good job. They're making a Coco 2.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
This is stupid.
Because money.
Yeah, I get because of money, but how?
Well, grandma dies and something happens. They have to follow Coco into the afterlife.
Maybe
But like, didn't we kind of already do this shit?
maybe they have
Well,
to
he
bring
followed the
him
kid.
back somehow to save.
That would be limp.
I don't know. Like it is one of those movies where I don't need to see a sequel. The first one,
Right,
it
right.
was great on its own.
Do we know anything else about the Mexican mythology around the afterlife? Is there anything beyond they could build off of?
No, they covered it all in the first fucking movie.
Yeah.
Land of the Dead. As long as you remembered, hey, party time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even see how, like, because it's gonna be called Coco, so she has to be involved.
It's the only thing I could think of. She's passed on, and then what?
Right?
She passed at the end of Coco 1.
Did she? I don't remember that.
Yeah, because she was reunited with Hector and why can't I think of Mama Imelda? Yeah, she was reunited with them at the end. I don't know. Like, maybe Dante has to, like, somehow opens. I don't want to science fiction it. You know, because I think that would ruin the heart of the movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think making a second one ruins the heart of the fucking movie.
I don't know. I have zero ideas of where they could go. Even like using anything. It told a complete story.
Yeah, it's a fine one and done, man.
Yeah.
Great songs, good message,
phenomenal.
Like,
I'm so looking forward to seeing it in live action to experience some Coco in Disney World.
Well, I thought like when they finally turn into a live action movie, that would be like the ultimate insult.
Yeah, no, don't.
Actually, I would rather see a live action Coco than a sequel to Coco.
No, I really do think that these live action remakes they pale in comparison. If they could come up with an interesting way to extend the story, then cool, yeah, sequel it. But yes, I'm on the same page as you guys. Where the fuck do you go?
Yeah. Times is getting so tough. You can now finance your DoorDash order.
This is a scary story to me.
Did you hear about this one? Did you, Joe?
What? No, I actually was. I went down a deep dive of the Nolan Bond thing. And who he was battling with for creative control, and he doesn't. And they're no longer part of it.
Doesn't matter, Joe. It's not going to happen. You got a better shot of a really good Coco 2 than you got of that man making a fucking James Bond movie. So, DoorDash will let users buy now and pay later for fast food.
What?
Yeah, bro. DoorDash is partnering with Klarna, a financial company that let customers schedule small payments for a set period of time, in a new partnership announced Thursday.
Initially, I thought, how scary is it that you got to finance a fucking McDonald's order? Like, really, I got to make payments for my Chipotle? But no, this would be more about like your groceries. But that,
it can still be used for the fast food.
Yes, there's no limitation, obviously. But even that, we're at the point now where some people they're going to, and I'm not just saying some, a lot of people are going to be financing their groceries.
Yeah.
That is fucking scary.
Terrible.
They say there's no extra charge, right? There's no interest. There's no this or that. Well, there's probably going to be a finance charge.
There's probably a charge, which
yes.
DoorDash already fucks you so hard.
Yes.
With their fees. So have fun with that.
It makes me appreciate where I'm at in life, that I don't have to do shit like that.
So Sydney Sweeney is going to be making a movie based on a Reddit thread. A Reddit thread is getting the movie treatment we've all wished for it for some thread or another. It's finally happening in the form of English teacher and frequent Redditor Joe Cote's No Sleep horror story. I pretended to be a missing girl so I could rob her family, which will now be made into a feature film starring Sydney Sweeney. So
you're saying we just have to write some shit on Reddit now,
I
and
guess
we can sell it.
what they tell me. Before we get to food news, one last post here. Devil May Cry isn't even out yet, and I've enjoyed everything it's brought back about the 90s and early 2000s music in its trailers. Evanescence is dropping a new song Friday that is part of the new Devil May Cry series.
Really?
Yeah, I did see that article.
Yes.
I smirked a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want them to bring it to life.
Their songs will always be my immortal go-to.
Yeah. Sometimes I would use them to wake me up inside.
Especially when I'm feeling broken.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Evanescence, new song. I'm fucking pumped.
20-something years later.
Now, baby, it's time. It's food news time. Okay, where we at? All right. Have you heard of Serendipity 33?
No.
It is a very famous ice cream parlor in New York City, and they have one in Atlantic City. That's home to the Golden Opulence Sundae, which is $1,000 sundae all decked out in gold and shit.
I believe I've seen this on a show or two.
You watched it with me recently on Worth It.
Okay. The one where the guys go to 3 different places?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're putting out pints of their ice creams. They have Unicorn Bliss, which is vanilla flavored ice cream with cookie dough pieces and berry swirls. Strawberry Field Sundae, strawberry ice cream with strawberries and cheesecake pieces. Big apple pie churro. Cinnamon ice cream with caramel swirls, apple chunks, and pieces of cinnamon sugar coated churros. Yeah, I know, that sounds pretty fucking good. Frozen hot chocolate flavored ice cream with marshmallow swirls and chocolate shavings.
I love frozen hot chocolate. I don't
Frozen
know
hot
why.
chocolate's fucking delicious.
It's so good.
Cookies and cream remix. Pink vanilla ice cream with thick fudge swirls and cream filled cookie pieces.
How did they not name it Cookies and Cream Mix?
No.
That's lost. That's missed opportunity right there.
I'm good at naming things, Mikey.
Birthday cake flavored ice cream with swirls of pink frosting, cake pieces, and sprinkles. Java Jive, coffee ice cream with fudge swirls and chocolate covered espresso beans. And Vanilla, creamy vanilla ice cream with real vanilla beans and a smooth, rich texture.
So, their normal ice cream, it shouldn't be that expensive. Obviously, it'll be opulent, it'll be higher end, but it shouldn't be like a ridiculous pint. You shouldn't expect it to be in league with $1,000.
Should be Ben and Jerry's esque, price wise.
I was even expecting a little higher than that, like maybe
a $10 pint.
Yeah, $10 pint. If you have that cachet,
I don't think it'll be that high. I think it'll be close to the Ben and Jerry's pint, because they're the highest end when it comes to pints.
Yeah.
With
a place like this, you'd expect them to try and push that envelope a little bit.
I think they know the kind of market they're getting into. If they go too high, especially in today's climate, no one's going to buy your shit.
Yeah. Now they're going to get a broad release. They're saying they're going to be popping up in stores everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Not just boutique places.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued on this vanilla.
You would be, honky.
I enjoy a basic vanilla ice cream
because it looks like you.
Yeah, good word usage, Joe. Basic.
It is. Every now and then when I go to the ice cream place, I'm just like, I feel like vanilla, or I feel like chocolate.
You look like vanilla. That just piggybacks on yours.
Yeah.
I gotta turn down this light.
I'm upset. Yeah, it's the light. I'm
It is
upset that
like-
Vinny.
Yeah, you have a small sun in your room.
I'm upset Vinny is not with us for this because we have the new monthly Krispy Kreme collab, and it's with Hershey's. Oh yes,
There we go.
they have the Hershey's chocolate chip cookie donut. Enjoy the ultimate treat with our classic original glazed donut dipped in rich salted cookie dough icing, topped with a delightful blend of chocolate chip cookie crumbles and finished with drizzles of Hershey's chocolate. Delicious.
Doesn't sound bad.
Hershey's chocolate salted caramel cheesecake donut.
Jesus Christ.
An unglazed shell donut is filled with rich, velvety Hershey's caramel cheesecake cream, then dipped in smooth Hershey's chocolate icing, topped with a tempting sprinkle of chocolate cookie crumbs, finished with a decadent swirl of salted caramel for an unforgettable flavor experience. Hershey's chocolate buttercream donut. This unglazed ring donut is topped in velvety Hershey's chocolate. It's then topped with a fluffy chocolate mousse buttercream that melts in your mouth, finished off with delicate chocolate curls for the perfect touch of elegance and extra chocolate goodness.
Sounds pretty delicious, actually.
And they have a Hershey's classic chocolate donut, which is indeed just a regular donut dipped in Hershey's chocolate frosting.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to pick up one of those Krispy Kreme boxes I see in like Walmart or Stop and Shop.
Yeah. Frito-Lay has got some new and returning flavors hitting the area at the end of this month. Fritos Flavor Twists Cheddar Buffalo, Lay's Chesapeake Bay Crab Spice,
Yeah.
and Doritos Flamin' Hot Korean Style Barbecue.
Okay.
Doritos is doing Flamin' Hot now.
Yeah. I like Korean barbecue.
I do enjoy Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
Tend to myself. I give them a swing. Not gonna buy a whole bag.
Yeah. Gatorade mashups are hitting store shelves nationwide in April. The mashup of Cool Blue and Fruit Punch, and the mashup of Lemon Lime Orange.
Okay, Cool Punch and L'Orange.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dairy Queen's Summer Blizzard menu hits nationwide March 31st.
Mm-hmm.
New dipped strawberry cheesecake blizzard, creamy cheesecake pieces, and choco chunks with strawberries and soft serve.
Ooh.
New mixing bowl mashup, which is chocolate chip cookie dough, brownie batter, and soft serve chocolate.
That's so good.
Cotton candy. I guess vanilla soft serve, cotton candy sprinkles, cotton candy topping. Confetti cake pieces and confetti sprinkles, and vanilla soft serve. And the s'mores blizzard treat, marshmallow filled chocolate bars and graham cracker crunch.
Mm-hmm.
In I guess your ice cream of choice.
Might have to go there. I literally live a minute from a Dairy Queen.
Over at Walgreens, you'll be able to get limited edition Cheez-It Cheesy Taco.
Love me some Cheez-It.
I would try that.
Oh.
Taco flavored Cheez-It. I'd try that.
I'd get on it.
Flavored Cheez-Its. Taco.
My Benny Affleck? Yes.
Hey,
The-
Ben.
Spicy dill pickle Chex Mix.
Lost me?
I'd try it.
Of course you would.
Pillsbury cinnamon roll cookies soft bake. And Walgreens has got them. They started the weird gummy thing over in the States. They've got 2 new filled gummies and 1 new peelable gummy. They have the cotton candy grape filled gummies.
Like a gusher?
Yeah, these are like gushers. The pineapple ones are really fucking good.
Mm.
And they have a clementine. filled-
That's orange, right?
It's in the orange family.
Hmm.
It's a smaller, sweeter orange.
I would enjoy that.
And
Oh, my darling.
The peelable one is watermelon.
You think that would have been a peelable one? Would have been a clementine.
Yeah, but they already have the orange one.
Yeah, true.
So hat on hatch, right?
Yeah.
Dunkaroos Throwback Edition. Cinnamon graham Dunkaroos with rainbow chip frosting.
I
The way
But
we
are they going to
remember,
taste good?
the way we remembered them back in the day. But yes, Mike, that
I
is
I do remember eating a better version of Dunkaroos in an episode of Nerdaties.
hey, you know what? That's available on our YouTube channel.
Yes, it is, and they were good.
We're good. Lipton has got new tea fusions to just lemonade iced teas. It's pineapple mango lemonade and strawberry lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
No
And
cran? Cran gets in everything.
no. And the last one I have for food news is new Sprite plus tea. That's right. It's Sprite and iced tea fused together. Because I guess an Arnold Palmer wasn't enough.
Sprite tea.
Sprite tea.
Maybe. I'd give it a swing. What did I just have recently? I think I had like the tropical or their cherry Sprite, and it really tasted like piss. It was horrendous.
There's probably the tropical one because I
Yeah,
remember tasting like this.
it was fucking horrendous. I didn't even get halfway through it.
The artificial lime is absolutely disgusting.
Wait, it depends who does it. Sprite still tastes good.
The fucking body armor
Mhm.
sugar-free lemon lime was really good. It did legit taste like the fucking freezer
Do
pops.
you remember Pepsi Lime?
No, do I?
Ew. Ew. So nasty.
Pepsi Twist. That was
I-
the lemon.
Yeah, I didn't mind Pepsi Twist.
Fucking gross.
I hated Pepsi Lime though. I didn't like Pepsi Twist was like not something I would go out of my way for.
Pepsi Blue.
Oh my god, Pepsi Blue. Oh god. I enjoyed the original Pepsi Clear before it went citrus.
Well, aren't you fucking special?
Bloody
The
duh.
Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal Pepsi wasn't bad.
Yeah,
It
I
just
like Crystal.
wasn't
Pepsi.
great.
No,
There's
it
nothing
wasn't.
amazing about it. I've been saying it a lot lately. Starry is just horrendous.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
When they first came out with it, it was okay. But
I want to get my hands on that new Sunkist because it's supposed to be the pro prebiotic soda now. Or Slice. I'm sorry, it was Slice.
too much fucking shit out there. You lose track of what's, and most of it doesn't even show up on a shelf.
I know. Oh,
I don't
actually,
think
speaking of that,
Hmm.
I tried to get my hands on the Thin Mints Pop Tarts. Dude, they're
Are they
sold
out
out
yet?
everywhere. Yeah, they're
Everywhere.
out everywhere.
That's not shocking.
Yeah, yeah, gone, just gone. I'm like trying to find them at like Stop and Shops and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Gone.
I totally forgot they were coming out. I just grabbed 2 boxes the other day, and I have to keep my eyes peeled for them. That will happen. I need that to happen.
Yeah, I like check like almost every day for these things to pop up in stock.
All right, there's some pretty obvious douches this week.
There's a lot. I got a lot.
Yes.
Oh, I had one too.
One, just
What it
one.
was. Oh yeah, Gene Simmons.
What did he do this time?
So he was charging like $12,000.
Oh, that was last week.
Yeah, we did that last
Oh, we
week.
did.
He was a douche last week.
Oh well, he's still a
Yeah.
douche.
He's
Kiss
always been a
sucks.
douche.
So yeah.
Yeah. The administration this week, while releasing the JFK files unredacted, they contained over 3,500 instances of people's social security numbers unedited.
Yeah.
So there's a nice big fuck up. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, the definition of tone deaf about this whole social security thing, talking about his mother-in-law, his 94-year-old mother-in-law. Let's say Social Security didn't send out their checks this month. My mother-in-law, who's 94, she wouldn't call and complain. She just wouldn't. She thinks something got messed up and she'll get it next month. He's worth $1.5 billion. So something tells me his mother-in-law doesn't have much to worry about.
I think she'd be fine. I think she's a little outside of the normal bubble.
It's the follow-up statements. A fraudster always makes the loudest noise, screaming and yelling and complaining. The easiest way to find a fraudster is to stop payments and listen, because whoever screams is the one stealing. Because my mother-in-law is not calling me. Come on, your mother, 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds, they trust the government. Dude, fuck you. How do you not comprehend there are millions of people in this country who rely on Social Security? My mother, my sister, rely on Social Security to get
because
by.
he's worth 1.5 billion.
Yes.
That's why.
The fucking arrogance of a statement like that.
Welcome to the oligarchy, kids.
Yes. And then one of the biggest tripping over your own dick moments I've seen in quite some time. You know, they're going to spend most of a decade complaining about Hillary using a public email, a non-secure email. Yeah, that was a fuck up. She definitely should have been raked over the coals for that. Not a good thing. But then you accidentally send an invitation to a reporter in a conversation that you're having
Group chat.
has
There's a group chat.
in a group chat. Yes, that's specifically about military maneuvers, about an action that's supposed to be happening a few hours from that point. Like, if someone doesn't go down for this.
I was watching some of the hearing today, and Bondi and Junkface, they were just like, they were trying to dodge bullets like they were fucking Wonder Woman, and it was not panning out.
It was a lot of not answering the question, not answering. I choose not to answer. So you should answer that question. I choose not to answer that question. You should answer that question.
In his first statement, Hesketh blamed the reporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blame the person who got the invitation, not who sent the invitation.
Yeah. Tried to push onus on him and claim that he's a failed reporter who's got tons of controversy himself. Like, you fucking people.
When their time comes, because it will, and they're all strung up out front of the fucking Capitol, they're gonna all fucking deserve everything.
Probably the only way it's going to happen, because I don't see jail time.
No.
Orange Julius Caesar is going to give them a whole bunch of pardons that they deserve.
If he makes it that far to be able to pardon them.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a fuck up and a half.
It's a massive one.
That's security.
I could not.
For a bunch of people who are on record lambasting Hillary for her mistakes, to trip over your own unit like this.
Well, the Republican reply to it now is, well, no one got hurt from it, and nothing was really like leaked. Motherfucker, are you serious? Because if Democrats did this,
when it happened, when the exact same thing happened, no one got harmed from Hillary's. Right. It wasn't good, but no one died.
I can't. I can't.
The non-political douche of the week, though, is a coach named Jim Zullo, Northville High School. I don't know what state it's in, but this is the guy. I believe this was a basketball. He was a basketball coach. Yes, it is. One of his players was crying after losing a championship match. Walks up behind her and pulls her by her ponytail to get her to stop.
Yeah. I didn't want to dive into the political conversation, but yeah, fuck this guy.
Yeah, that's so messed up.
But props to the teammate who stepped in between him, and I couldn't hear the audio, but basically sounded like she told the coach to go fuck himself.
Yeah. What I could read from her lips, she got in between them, and she was like, "No, you don't do that."
Yeah, that's you no.
Yeah, props to that kid for sure.
Yeah,
Kyle, why didn't you want to get involved in the political conversation?
Because it's all over my Twitter and all over my Facebook, and I just am too tired to.
Okay.
If I start thinking and talking about that stuff, it'll keep me up for another hour.
Well, I have a few. One, the Republican who introduced Trump derangement syndrome bill.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Yes, Minnesota State Senator Justin Acorn.
I didn't know it was just one guy. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he was arrested the other day for soliciting a minor.
Yeah, this one was pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Traveled to meet a 17-year-old that he met online, but was instead, it was a cop.
Why don't you sit down? Why don't you have some cookies? Why don't you have some milk?
Why don't you sit
So,
down?
why
Why
don't
don't
you
you take a
come
seat?
here to meet?
Why don't you have a
Yeah, why don't
seat?
you take a seat?
Why don't you take a seat? That was one of the best South Park episodes ever.
Why don't you take a seat?
Follow that one up.
Chris
Famous MAGA
Hansen.
influencer and frequent Fox News guest Ricky Wynn has been arrested and charged with sex trafficking and producing child sexual abuse material with at least 2 minors. Sensing a pattern? Anybody?
It's a lot of consistency going on here.
Okay. And my last douche of the week. Let me find these 2 fucking darling people. Because they're in Facebook, that's why.
In the land of the Facebooks.
Spent way too much time on there recently.
Dude,
I gotta cut back.
I haven't doom scrolled like long because
Twitter's been my downfall because all I do is attack Elon Musk. So it started with I'd only see a post of his on our feed, and he said something stupid one time, and I responded to it, and then I guess his thing is to flood the feeds of people that say negative things to him. So now I reply to everything that's on our fucking feed. Be like, 2 can play this game, bitch.
It's nice. At least getting notes.
We've gotten a bunch new followers because of the shit I've been talking. So thanks, Elon.
Yeah, you'll always find like-minded individuals online.
A Texas couple whose unvaccinated 6-year-old daughter died after being hospitalized for measles last month, marking the nation's first child death from the virus in a decade, said they have no regrets about not vaccinating their children and would urge others not to. We would absolutely not take the MMR, the child's mother said of the measles, mumps, rubella vaccination in an interview with an anti-vaccine nonprofit Children's Health Defense, which was founded by vaccine critic and Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy. Quote, they would still say, don't do the shots, a translator said for the couple who are members of the Mennonite community in Gaines County and spoke in both English and Low German.
Fucking they run.
Well, I think that last sentence kind of answers the question for me. They're part of a Mennonite community.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Of course they weren't going to vaccinate their family.
Yeah, well, Kid died at 6. And hopefully you learn a fucking lesson. Oh, wait, no, they didn't. So fuck you.
He probably has a compromised immune system because of generation of inbreeding.
I'm hungry.
Yep. Fuck.
Oh,
So,
do
yeah.
I look less pale, by the way? I turned my my brightness down.
No, Joe, you're pretty white.
It's less glaring.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You're not shiny.
Yeah.
Shiny.
I have a nerd of the week, though. That's pretty heartwarming.
I like
Yeah,
that.
my nerds of the week is, and I'm annoyed that I'm not part of this group because I have the right to be. The Disney shareholders voted to maintain connections with an LGBTQ rights group during the shareholder meeting. And I don't know why I didn't hear about this because I own a couple of shares. I would have voted yay. Stay.
Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Fight the power. Fuck the man. So, the other day in Animal Kingdom, a 10-year-old was having a breakdown before getting on Expedition Everest. And this young woman who was on her senior trip saw it and walked over to them and asked what he was scared of. Told him she's ridden it 100 times and she knows all the tricks to make it less scary. She told him to count down from 10 when they start going backwards, count down from 5 for the drop, focus on counting and taking deep breaths. And then when they got off, she found him, said, I'm so proud of you, gave him a high five, then brought him his I Conquered Everest shirt.
Oh, that's
Aw.
adorable.
That's very nice.
That's fucking, you know what?
Yay.
This is a very heartwarming story. It's nice to know that there's some youth out there that's not shitty, and maybe there is some hope.
So what we're saying now is Disney's the only place where positive things are happening, but it's not going to be cheap.
Definitely not going to be cheap. But that gets a a Latinum nerd, Star Trek style.
Oh, Joe. You had to get one in there, didn't you?
I haven't talked Trek in a while because there's nothing going on right now. Except Shatner's birthday was the other day.
At least Amy Pascal's not attached to that, so there's that.
No, but it looks like Riker might be the Feige of the Trek because he's getting in everything.
That'd be a good thing, right?
Yeah, it's a great
Frakes,
thing.
baby.
Yeah,
Frakes is knuckles deep. You should know. Let's take it in for landing.
All right. As always, if you like what you hear, you can like us on Facebook.com/Nerdaties. Follow us on Twitter @Nerdaties. Email us at nerdatiesgmail.com and check out nerdaties.com.
Oh, there. You can watch the trailer for the Batman, I think Joe said.
Oh, yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
And Loki.
And Loki, yeah. Head on over to prowrestlingtees.com/nerdities. Buy our cool t-shirts. You know you want to. For the limited time it's still available, go to sinfulcreationsbyjustin.com. Otherwise, don't, because you didn't, and that's why I had to get a real job again. Teespring.com/can't stop the rope drop. Get cool Disney shirts that Mike drew and we came up with, so that's fun. And if you want a semi-family friendly, more realistic Disney podcast, it'll sound like your family when you're on vacation. A little squabbly, a little heartwarming. Check out Can't Stop the Rope Drop wherever you get your fine free podcasts.
Go to youtube.com/nerdities. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to all things Nerdaties. And remember, you can even watch us on YouTube because this podcast video is on YouTube. And we also do go live on YouTube. We did just have a trivia night. Our next one is
a month from now.
22nd or 29th?
22nd.
22nd.
Bonus show. That's that Disney tournament.
So mark your calendars. April 22nd will be the next trivia night. Remember, there are audience participation prizes, and you do have to be logged into YouTube to participate. We all know you have Google accounts. Everybody has a Google account. It's 2025. Everybody has a Google account. Yeah. And give us money.
Nerdaties.
Oh, yes. Season 2 of Nerdaties is coming. And that will also be theme park themed. Disney theme park themed.
We've got the fuck else? Oh yeah, premiering Memorial Day weekend and running for, I think the time frame was like 20 something weeks. EPW, a scripted D&D / pro wrestling Nerdities podcast coming to you. Mike, you look confused.
No, I was about to say loosely scripted because some stuff doesn't happen the way it's intended.
No, nothing's predetermined. Where myself, Mike, Kyle, Jamesy, and former intern Kelly and former intern Kelly's husband make up the motley crew of the EPW locker room. These guys all play 4 characters. 5 actually, Mike and Kyle. I play about like 40 something characters. It's fun. It's probably gonna get some t-shirts for sure. You can look forward to characters like Billy Hillbilly, Scoot Stainer, our current tag team champions, the Power Couple.
Damn straight.
That's the team of the Bottom and
the Intimate Warrior. Yeah.
Francois Sockington III is our announcer.
The most dangerous female wrestler of all time, Queen Rex.
I have a theory as to why you're getting bad roles all the time with her.
Witches. I agree.
No, I think it's because you like straight up took Queen Bee from Kelly, the Queen thing, and you're like, Queen Rex is so much better. And I think just Karma was like, well, you should have at least fought for it or rolled for it, and now all your roles suck. But it's set up one of my favorite storylines I've gotten to write so far. What happens to you next is so fucking great.
Good, because something needs to happen to her. She needs a shot in the arm.
So be sure to ring that bell to get notified, because you'll get a little notification that says, "Hey, EPW, Nerdaties, YouTube."
Well, EPW is not going to be on YouTube. It's a podcast. You
You
didn't come down to film any of it.
So hit that. Actually, no, the podcasts are on YouTube.
Are they? They when I load them, they go straight to.
Yeah, they go straight to YouTube as well.
Oh shit! Well then, yeah, fuck yeah, it's gonna be on.
Also, wherever you get your Fun Free podcasts, there is a follow button and or subscribe button or any type of button that says like. Hit that button.
Yeah, because we need money.
Hit that button. Yeah, money good.
Money real good. Money am good.
Yeah,
All
money
right.
am good.
The opinions of the Nerdities crew are idiotic and poorly thought out, but don't worry, next week's will be far more insulting. Bye.
Bye.